Okay, so your bot has been put together and you're ready to wire it so we can survive this zombie apocalypse. Well, there's a few things we need to know. One of the first things is that our motors plug into our cortex. This is our cortex. It's the mini brain of our bot, if you will. But there are specific spots that things plug in. You'll notice over here that all of the motors plug into these ports. Some of our switches that we'll be wiring here in just a few will plug into these ports. So we have to make sure that we are plugging into the correct areas. Also note that each of the ports are numbered. You see here we've got port 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 10. That's important for the next thing that we'll talk about. So let me zoom out here and let's look at our motor. So our motor connector has a two-prong connector. And that two-prong connector can only go into two ports. Those are ports 1, a 1, if I can make a 1, there we go, ooh, or 10. And let's look why. Because these are only two-prong, notice here that ports 1 and 10 only have two prongs to plug into. This motor will not work in 2 through 9. So if we want to use ports 2 through 9, we need to add something called a motor control wire. That's this guy right here. And if you can see closely, there are 3 pins coming out of this. So we have to plug in. This wire will go into this, and then this one into the port that we choose. Ports 2 through 9. And that'll work perfectly. Now, when we plug these 2 wires in, we really have to pay attention what direction we plug them in. Let me show you what we mean. So when we look at this connector and this wire, so this is the motor and this is the connector, have to be plugged in so that this shiny metal that you see here, that shiny metal, is also showing when this shiny metal is plugged in. So an example of what not to do is right below it here. You'll notice that I see shiny metal on this one, that one there, and not here. I like to always use the term metal to metal. Make sure that you see little metal strips here and metal strips over here. So in this case, this is incorrect procedure for plugging in. We would want to plug it in directly so I can see both metal to metal, and then you'll be good to go. All right, so now you're ready to go ahead and plug in both of your motors to your zombie survival vehicle, and you'll watch the next video to see how to plug in each of your sensors.